Alright, guys. Looks like people are here. Hello! Hello, Nate. Hello, Amber. Hello, Teacup Beta. How are you all today? I'm working on trying to get some resin out of these old pipettes. Hello, Bosun! Meh. Just kind of want, it's a meh day. That's fair. I've been kind of meh, like last week I was like I think the quarantine's hit like a second wave of meh. Not bad, but a little bruised. Oh no! Why are you bruised? Wait a minute. Wait. Why did bubble tea give you bruises? I feel like I should be concerned if bubble tea is giving you bruises. So, tired but alive. That's no fun. Attacked by tapioca. That'd be so sad. I like bubble tea so much. Yeah. We've got a few things I'm gonna work on today. One of them is the dice for Bosun. To be fair, the smiley face that you did, Teacup Beta, did not show up as an emoji for me. So I don't know. I'm curious what it did on your end, because it didn't show up as anything for me. Oh, I did set up a follower goal here simply because I have to have 50 followers before I can make emotes, and you guys requested an emote of me making a stupid face in one of the streams. So, if you want this face to be an emote, I have to get to 50 followers. Has a very limited library for emojis. Yeah. To be fair, if I make it to, that's the last piece that I need before I can like make emojis and actually make money on Twitch, which isn't really the goal, but I wouldn't complain, you know. It's fine with me. Oh, it looks like a sleepy face on yours. That's weird. Okay, so plans. Making dice for Bosun, who's in the chat. I was going to probably make some more. Oh, there's a bubble in that. I can fix that. Yeah, I don't think that would help me out too much either. I'm gonna make some more mushroom necklaces. Nate and Amber ordered these ones like these recently. That's fraud. Doesn't wanna. Come on. Focus. Focus. You can do it. I know you've done it before. There we go. So there's that kind, and there's. Oh, the bunny. I actually just pulled that out today too. Here, I'll show you. Just a second here. It's kind of hard to see in here. I can pull up some photos too. But the bunny is encased in purple. Oh, if it'll focus, we'll be able to see it. It's going to be hard to see unless it focuses though. Come on. I have to move back a little bit. Oh, there we go. Just a bunny rabbit in there. Encased in purple. Little smile in there. There it is. Alright. Let's see. Am I gonna have any Amanita ones? I plan to. I think maybe I showed this off in an earlier stream, but well, here I can show you an example. I did try at one point, but there was a few things that went wrong. One, the little kind of the part under the cap here, I don't know what you call this part. I'm going the wrong direction. It like didn't show up at all because it was kind of see-through. And then also the top was so big that I got all sorts of air bubbles underneath it. So I'm just going to try and make these a little bit smaller, slightly different. And I went to do that, and then I didn't realize that I was using a different clay that had a different baking temperature, and I like burnt the stems. See how dark that is? So I'm gonna make some more of those at some point. But let's see. Have any animated ones? Yeah. Oh, little magic man. I need a little top hat to go with them. Jen will probably be here. Oh, hi, Jen. No, oh yeah, I could grab my notebook behind to focus. That's a good idea. That seemed to work in the past. Gills. The bunny has gills, or what? There's a second here. Fish rabbit. Okay, let me show you. This was a good thought. Here's the other kind of necklace. Oops. Oh, I'll focus on my. I was focusing on my book, but it has like a little trio. Here I can show you guys this in a much easier fashion. Just a second here. Ta-da! This is what they are. Some more mushroom necklaces like these. There we go. See, now it focuses because I don't have to try and get it to focus. So I want to make some more of these. And if I can get these ones out of the molds, and then make those dice. I do have some molds here that I guess we could try and make the lids for, but that I probably want to do that after the resin, so depends on. Oh crap! I've messed up the integrity of this a little bit. I think we'll be okay, but tranquil darts. I do also have some photos here for specifically you, Teacup Beta, because you're the only one that would probably appreciate this. Because I went and reread The Property of Hate, which is a webcomic that we were talking about. These are Legos. And I found the cosplay photos from that I did a long while ago, and I was going to show you. 'Cause, yeah, it was you we were chatting about that web comic, right, Teacup Beta? I thought it was you. Okay, let me pull these out. While I wait to hear back from them. Yeah, these are Legos. It was a technique that I saw. I can't remember where it was. But making like molds for my molds out of Legos, and I can get them whatever size I need. Okay, well I went and read it and caught up on it, and then I found, here, just a second, I'll bring this up this is specifically for you. There's some photos from the costume I made for it a while back. That's been a couple of years now, but I really should make a just an RGB costume. You remember that costume? It's from a while ago. It'd be fun to wear at a convention or something. All right, I'm gonna. Thought you might appreciate that. Let me hide that again. But that was a fun one. I did start on making a. So, for those who are not familiar with that webcomic, that's there's a main character in it called RGB, who has a TV for a head. And then at a couple points when he gets wet, he turns into that black and white version. Doesn't remember it in his normal state. But that's the black and white fighty version that he turns into when he gets wet. Because he's a TV. Yeah, I was proud of the floaty hat. I made the hat look like it was floating. It's held up with wire underneath it, but I had it a dark color so that it blended in with the shadow. Oh gosh, maybe it was a good idea to use Legos if I can get them apart. But I want to get back into doing some costuming because I've always liked doing that. It's fun. Maybe I'll have to figure out something to work on a stream for a costume piece. I was thinking of remaking the horns for my Molly Mock costumes. Maybe I'll do that at some point. There we go. Or like I said, I think I want to make a version of like pretty much that costume, just the non-black and white version, because the character has such fun, colorful outfits. Ooh. Oh, it's stuck to the side because I had tape in here to keep the stuff in place. Oh, your mom's cousin does cosplay stuff? That's cool. I want to get into like sewing my own stuff because for the most part I just will put things together that I can find, if that makes sense. So like I'll go to the thrift store and find pieces that are similar to what I want. Throw it down there. Satisfying, but it's killer on my hands for some reason. Oh, I chipped my nail. That's okay. Didn't you know this is just going to be a building with Legos stream? Alright. Oh, too lazy to make it yourself. I really do need to, I feel like that's something that someone probably does for, if they don't, someone should do Twitch streams that's just like Lego building. I feel like that would be like a nice relaxing Twitch stream to hang out in. Just a second. Luckily, I have fingernail scissors down here that I use for cutting resin, small pieces of resin. But in this case, I can use it to cut my nail because it's, there we go. Now it's smoother. Part of why I was trying it like this though with the Legos, and these cups are not how I did it last time exactly, because this time I cut holes in the bottom and I put tape because I saw someone who was making molds and I realized that they were absolutely right that if I stuck the face of the die down onto like the tape, I wouldn't really have to clean these up at all because it would all be completely attached to the tape. Like, if you look there, you can see there's nothing really to clean up around the edges there because it was already flush. I just have to get it out of here. There we go. And I'll have to make lids. Makes it nice and easy. And I'm gonna finish demolding these while we chat a little bit. That's one of the reasons that I enjoyed going to like Emerald City Comic Con and stuff though, is I love seeing all the costumes that people made. Some people are just so good at that sort of stuff. There we go. So I don't necessarily plan to make the lids for these tonight, but I was excited to see how they looked. So they seem to be looking pretty good, actually. I was worried that all of the silicone was going to leak out. Since I did try to, I've already tossed it out. At first I was thinking that I would put the tape on the bottom and then hot glue around it. And so I did go and test that with one. And it completely melted everything. It completely melted the cup and it completely melted the tape. So I was like, well, I guess we're just going with tape. We'll see how that goes. Get this out. Ah. Anyone do anything fun this week? I've obviously just been chugging away at making some dice. Oh, that reminds me, I do have some dice here to show you. Let me finish unmolding these and then I'll show you those, and then we'll get into all of our resin stuff. Designed a ring, finishing up a pumpkin ring. Oh, that's cool. So like orange, and he won't wear it, but he'll like it. That's fair. You can keep it as a keepsake. Is it gonna be like orange and green, or like look like little pumpkins all in a row as a ring? Because that'd be very cute. Oh, I keep meaning to ask about wire suggestions for you. Store got your favorite ramen flavor back in stock. Oops, I may have gotten like 5 of them. Wait, is it you that's going to school at the moment, Teacup Beta, or was that Jen? One of you was talking about school. Can't remember. Which one? Soy sauce flavored ramen. Ah. I didn't realize ramen just came in soy sauce flavor. Oh, you're in school. Okay. I was gonna say, like, ramen is the stereotypical, like, college food. So, you know, you gotta get all the ramen. Oops. Oriental flavor? What? And what is that supposed to mean? That's a broad generalization. That's what it's called. No, I wasn't necessarily saying that it was you that was making the broad generalization, but that's still a broad generalization. Not a huge fan of soy sauce myself, but I get why people like it. It's one of those foods. I like a little bit in things, but it's just like too salty and stuff for me. Yeah, I like rice white. I like white rice as well. Well, I like white rice, but also I just like it plain. What's the most Asian flavor? Amber, what's the most Asian flavor? Fish sauce? I'm not a fan of fish sauce either. It is you, purveyor of wizards. Excellent. Glad you could join us. I'm demolding some molds, which seems a little redundant almost. I want to move these so you can actually hopefully see the chat on the screen. Hey! Ooh, durian. You know, I feel like fish sauce and soy sauce are a couple of those flavors where they're really useful in things, but them as flavors I do not like. Like, there's some foods that have those in them that are just great, but soy and durian. You just stick these all together so I have them all in one spot. So yes, we're talking about food. I asked if people did anything fun this week, and Teacup Beta was saying that they got their favorite flavor of ramen, and then we got talking about food, and especially ramen. And now this has turned into a Lego building stream, although I'm not building much of anything in particular, it seems. Like spicy ramen. Oh man, I like getting ramen from a restaurant when there's like actual pork belly and egg and all that stuff in it. That's the best. Haha. It's like a little bear or something. Ooh, I do like pho as well. No, I mean, I like them both. They're just different. I like both pho and ramen. I think of ramen is almost like, at least the kind that I've had from like a restaurant, is almost like thicker than pho, which, you know, depending on my mood, I might want one more than the other. Yeah, exactly. Pho's a different mood. They're both good in cold weather, but like they're just different kinds of food almost. I mean, they're both Asian soups, but oh, you're not a fan of the pho meatballs? Oh yeah, they're kind of soft. To be fair, you don't have to get the meatballs in pho. I like them, but you can just get it with like chicken or beef in it. What is banh mi? Is that how you say that? Oh, pho. Pho's really good. It's like it's broth with. Oh man, how do you describe pho? It's like love. It's a fairly thin but flavorful broth that has usually meat and rice noodles in it, and then quite often it's served with stuff on the side like basil and hoisin sauce and chili oil and that sort of stuff, and you can add it in as desired. So everyone can make it to their own taste a little bit. Ooh, bean sprouts. I love bean sprouts. I love the crunch of bean sprouts. I think that's the main thing. I like crunchy things. We're back to crunchy things. Yes, that's what I was forgetting, was the bean sprouts. Oh, it can be hard. It depends on where you live. I didn't have pho until I was in Seattle. I went to UW for a couple of years. There's a lot, yeah. Oh, Vietnamese sandwiches. Pickled veggies, radishes, cilantro, sometimes pate, seafood, cucumber, and meat. That sounds pretty good. Like we have a lot more Mexican food here, which, to be fair, when I was in Seattle, I missed Mexican food because there's not a lot of that over in Seattle. And then I came home and I missed like pho and bubble tea. How is that pronounced? Is it like banh mi? Lighter version of ramen, you think? Yeah, it's lighter than ramen is. Like chicken, I like beef, but yeah, you can get chicken, beef. Yeah, it's really good. It's really quite good. And it's nice that there's like you can kind of make it to your own taste to a certain extent, which is also just kind of fun. Alright, I've pulled these out. I'm gonna work on these later. I'm gonna make sure I have time to work on what's the words I'm looking for. I want to make sure that I get around to like Bosun's dice and stuff, so I'm gonna move on to that. Okay, so like bon mi. Oh man, I don't know tonal. Oh, okay, cool. I mean, I know music, so I can kind of figure out bon mi. I've done music, so I can kind of figure out some tonal things, but yes. Yep. I'm not going to try and say it now, even though I remember it, but I'm not going to try and say it now because I'm sure it is horrible. I still can't say thank you properly in Chinese. I can't figure out the tonal part. Oh, that's getting dirty. Okay, let's see here. So, before I get to that, here, I was gonna show you guys something. A couple of you will appreciate this. Please keep in mind that these are sanded and not polished. But I have some dice here that some of you might be interested to see. Mostly Jen and Teacup Beta, because this is the ones that they ordered. Well, it might be a little weird with this pink background, but I want to try and get it to focus. Yes, keep in mind, they're sanded but not, but not polished. Problem is that I can't see my screen when I do this. But they're, I think they turned out how I want. Let's see if I can show you this one. This one actually looks really cool from the side. If it'll... Might be too close. It doesn't want to focus. I'm going the wrong direction. Okay. Still doesn't want to. Okay. But yes, I think they turned out. They turned out how we were talking about them, so I am excited about that. We can check in a second how well they glow. Also, I'll give you a sneak peek of the keychain that's going to come with it. A little bottle. Hello! Welcome! What? New Sire's Scryer? Can I just call you Scryer? Does that work for you? Scryer, excellent. Hello, welcome. These are some dice that Verditors or Jen in the chat ordered. I was just showing off how they turned out. They're sanded but not polished, so they're very cloudy on the side, but yeah, I have a little keychain to go with it. I may also have a keychain for Teacup Beta in the chat, because I also have their dice sitting here. Again, they are sanded but not polished. And I think I'm excited. Oops, that's, you can tell because there's all sorts of dust on the side here. I thought I had gotten that off. Ohio. Did we have Japanese in high school? Or was that at CBC? but I think the butterflies turned out well in these. It was CVC that had it. Okay. The butterflies turned out well in these. I think they aren't quite as, there aren't quite as many necessarily, but it almost kind of looks like they're flying from the black part into the blue, which I think looks kind of cool. But I got it so that they are removed from the surface but still visible from the removed from the surface but still visible from the surface. I just coated them in a thin layer of clear resin, and that'll hopefully protect them a bit. Let me see if I can. Oh, they're a little damp. I washed them off earlier. Let's see if I can. And you can see, so yeah, some of them the gold sanded off more than others, which kind of expected, but like this D6 I think turned out cool with the gold. Yeah, I'm really kind of excited about this technique. I'm gonna have to use this again at some point. Like, it makes a really cool texture with the black with the you didn't see that, the black with the gold, and just sort of texture it gets. It is so hard for me to figure out where I am moving my hand and stuff because oh, there we go. There we go, yeah. It's not mirrored. The camera's not mirrored. I'm used to it being mirrored, so I have to move the opposite direction than what I think. Yeah, we had French, Spanish, and German. And then the local community college had Japanese. Yeah, it does look like marbling. Wait, one of the districts had Russian? Didn't realize that. So those are, I'm getting those polished. They're all sanded. And then those will be good to go. Let me set these over here. So we have them out of the way. Chinese, Spanish, and Latin. Interesting. I mean, to be fair, it would have been cool to take Latin, just because we have a lot of Greek and Latin root words in our language and that sort of stuff. But also, French is kind of a major trade language, and Spanish is one of, I think, the second most spoken language in the world after English. And I guess English is a Germanic language, which kind of makes sense. Your Latin teacher does porn now? I mean, good for them, I guess. Bit of a career change. I mean, well, yeah, both Spanish and French are romantic languages. We're technically a Germanic language. But I took French. Je comprends un peu de français, mais je ne comprends pas beaucoup. Je ne comprends pas beaucoup. Oh, that's fair. Chinese is, yeah, you took French as well. Let's see, a little bit of Chinese, you took French, learned Korean at one point. You and all your languages. And I'm just impressed by all of your languages. You took French, you took German, I thought. Did you take French and German? I just sworn you took German, Nate. Yeah, you took German. There's something to be said about Chinese, French, Korean, Japanese, a little Spanish. There's something to be said about, I learned French despite there being a very large Hispanic population where we live. But yeah, spoken language is so hard. I can read well, both French and Spanish okay-ish, just because I took French, and they're both romantic languages. Chinese for a few months. You're also doing all the languages. That's cool. I'm definitely impressed with people who can speak multiple languages well. Parce que I can't. I remember a minimal amount of French. Although I could probably read it. I don't remember most of them, don't get you wrong. Okay, let me show you guys how barely speak English as your first language. You took Latin and didn't have to talk for 3 years. Wow, very nice. My kind of language, of course. Here you can see my tray of weird little polymer clay things I've made. Oh, so here's the skull that's on my waiting page, and then here's an even smaller skull I made. It's so tiny. Oh, wait. I could put these together. These ones I think I can get to focus. Tray of shrooms. Some of them are really old, and I don't like how they look anymore, but they're still just here. Oh, the cacti I have plans for. Come on, you can focus. There we go. They're very tiny. The cacti I plan to put in dice at some point. I want to do little desert dice, and I'm gonna do like one of each little kind of cactus. Oh, the skulls carved out of pearls. Yes, I have seen those. Those are really cool. Very, very cool. Alright, so... Oh, do I... Okay. I have to make some more. So, I'm going to do two of these kind, and then two of the trio kind. The trio ones. To be honest, these are slightly different than the ones in the photo. They're similar enough that oh, that one's not seated great. I might not sell this one. I don't like how that one's put together. This one better? This one's better. These ones they're a slightly different color because I had to make more of them, but it's very similar. Alright. Oh, hey, Jen, do you want to see the cosplay I was showing off? That I think probably only Teacup Beta knows what it's from. I was showing it off earlier, before you showed up. Okay, so I try to get kind of a mix of... I want them to be different heights. Yes, I made all of these. Like, here's a little teacup that I made. A little teacup. The inside's a little too orange, but I made a little teacup. I made a few other teacups too, but I haven't painted them yet. Little teacups. Yeah, some of these are really old. Like, these just don't look as good to me anymore, if that makes sense, compared to like these that I made. Oops, these that I made. I feel like these are more detailed. Oh, thank you. Okay, so for the trios, I try to get 3 different heights if I can. So 2 of those are fairly similar in height, but they're not all matchy-matchy. So those work as a trio. Oops. And then, let's see, here's a tall one. Here's a shorter one. This is sort of medium. It's about the same height. Let's find a smaller one if we can. And there's a smallish one. I'm going to trade out. There we go. All kind of different heights. It really is kind of nice keeping the old stuff to see how far I've come. Also, welcome a smelly wet fart. Yeah, I actually took a photo fairly recently comparing, like, comparing some of my old ones to new ones. So like, oops, just like, let me go over here where I can see. So like, here's an old one, and then here's a new one. A lot more detail. So yeah, it's nice realizing how much further I have come. I feel like I've gotten better as time has gone on. Here, just a second, I'll grab a. Let's see if I can grab this so you can see it. There's a little snail. Oops, come on. You focused for a second there. It never likes to focus. Let me get my planner again. So, there we go. Little tiny snail. And I've made those for like little coasters and things that I've made. Oh, here's a bone. There's just a bone I made. Yeah, there's all sorts of little things in here. Little cupcake. But I'm just gonna focus on these mushrooms for now. We're making some more of these. So I have my. Yeah, I'm gonna make this a little bit smaller, so you guys can see it still. There we go. And there's actually 2 different styles of crystals here, which it's hard to tell. As I use the sort of clear molds more, they get more and more cloudy, so it's harder to see through them. Pretty sure it's that one. I mean, both into the chat and into the world, I'm assuming. Me into the chat. What was I saying? Oh, here, I was going to see if I could show you here. If you look at the bottoms of these crystals, you can see that this one is wider and not as pointed as this one. And I've been kind of trying to do it fairly evenly so that the single ones are in the pointer ones and the wider ones have the trios. I'll show you what my problem was with this one. My problem with this one is that the bottoms of the mushrooms didn't actually end up getting covered. Oops. Let's see if I can. You can see kind of the bottoms there. It didn't really end up in the very bottom of the dirt. It might still be okay, but let's see if we can seat these ones a little bit better in here. So these are gonna have these, and these 2 are gonna have these. You're someone's favorite, Nate. It's what you've always waited for. Alright, so this, my dirt is actually dried coffee grounds. I probably could actually use dirt, but I had dried coffee grounds down here and it worked out well. So I've just kept using it. I just take a little bit onto the end of one of these and I put it down in the bottom there. Try not to get it on the sides too much because it will stick to the silicone. And it'll work its way down usually towards the bottom when I add the resin, but still best not to get it too dirty. And let's see if I can show you in there. I'm just kind of covering the, hey, actually, sure, it focuses now. We're just kind of getting the very tip of the mold. That looks really cool. It looks like a kaleidoscope with our dirt, quote unquote. Do the same here. Kaleidoscope. Kaleidoscopes always made me happy and kind of angry at the same time. Not in like a bad way necessarily, but kind of sad. I guess sad's the right word. I think because I could never see the same thing twice. And that was always fun, but always made me kind of sad. Yeah, exactly. It would lose the pattern. It's like I would enjoy something and then it would be gone, and it was just kind of fleeting. And there's just a certain amount of melancholy to that. it's not a bad thing necessarily, but it almost made me a little sad. All right, so we have two different kind of moss grasses in here. I have this kind of moss right here, which is the kind of main part in the bottom. And I just take a little piece and I just shove it in there, try to get it down to the bottom. Let's see if I can. And I want to make sure that it covers that dirt as completely as possible and also stays down there. You can see it in there. I don't know why it focuses on this. It doesn't focus on anything else I try to show you guys. Let me do that for all of these. Just shove that down there. So I'm planning on doing probably some dice experiments on Saturday on Twitch, if anyone can make it. I have a couple ideas already, which should be fun. I'd have to look at my planner and see what those were. I don't remember. This is why I write things down, people. I don't remember anything. I have very much a one-track mind. I can think about one thing at a time. I think that really is my problem, to be fair. Can't think of multiple things at a time. Like, I can't... What was I saying? Alright. There's that moss. All of those have a little bit in the bottom. You get these little pieces of moss off the table here. Oops. Alright, done with that for now. Alright, so I have that kind of moss, and then I have this. Let me grab a bigger piece than this. This is just kind of... Yeah, that's a bigger piece. Don't need that much, but I have more to work with now. Oh, no worries, Scryer. Like, I like to put things on. Don't feel like you have to talk if you don't want to. I tend to put things on while I work on other things, so I completely understand that. Yeah, no worries. Oh, that's a really long piece. So I have the kind of small crunchy moss, and then I add kind of this stringier moss as grass. This one's a little too tall, I think. This is taller than I would like. So I'm going to just break it off a little bit. Yeah, I do love some moss too. I do want to make some dice that just have some moss in them at some point. Probably this kind of moss. I really like how this kind of moss looks. I might have to get more. Actually, I have some more over there. That should be okay. It's usually what you're doing, but you want to be around to support other dice makers. Oh, that's really cool. So you make dice as well. That's sweet. I am always excited to see people making dice. I'm so excited to see what people make. You should do you make dice on Twitch or just in general, Scryer? I'm just curious. Yeah, I could do bog dice, or I could do like a pink color with the green moss. That might be kind of pretty. Make them on here. Oh, cool! I'll have to come follow you. I was looking for dice people to follow. Yeah, like resin people. Why do I sound so awkward right now? But no, I'll have to come follow you. Come hang out in your chat at some point. Oh, cool. I didn't know that there was necessarily more people that made dice on Twitch, so I'm really happy to find that out. I just started doing it because a fellow crafter, I don't even know what she makes necessarily, I think all sorts of things, said, hey, you do crafting, you should go do crafting on Twitch. There's a big crafting community there, and I'm like, okay. I'll have to look up Avalon Dice too. That's exciting to me. I like seeing people make things. Cool. And we will get to dice in a moment, but I'm getting these set up first. Yeah, the crafting community is awesome. I haven't really gotten too involved with it yet on Twitch. I haven't been here very long. How long have I been on Twitch? Not very long. A few weeks at the very least. To be fair, time is moving weird right now. I could probably have been on Twitch for 3 months and not realized it. Oh no, how long have I been on? A little more than a month? Okay, good. That makes me feel better. I had to second guess myself there for a moment, like, oh no, have I been here longer than I thought I had? Everything's moving so weird. I feel like I started making dice both a long while ago and not very long ago at all, because I looked up some stuff and realized it was about 5 months ago that I started making dice. I've done resin for a while, but it's been years. Wake up, Liz, it's been years. Centuries? That sounds about right. That sounds about right. I have no concept of time. It very well could be. But no, I realized that I'd only been making dice for like 5 months. Like I said, I've been doing resin for a few years, but has it been a few years? When did I start? Yeah, it's been a few years because I did. Oh, we started around the same time. Cool. I kind of wonder how popular dice making has gotten recently. Not in like a oh no competition way, a little bit in a no competition way, but I've noticed that like D&D is coming back into style and that sort of stuff, which is awesome. I've played D&D for years, and it makes me happy that it's coming back into fashion. Makes it easier for me to find D&D groups. Actually, that's a lie. I've always been able to find D&D groups, but I think it's such a good social act. And Instagram is a big dice community. Yeah, I've followed a whole bunch of dice people on Instagram. There's so many pretty pictures of dice on there. I've been attempting to do some, social media, trying to keep updated on social media since I do have a shop. I figure I have to do marketing somehow for that. Alright. So let me see if I can show these to you guys. So, you can kind of see the little mushrooms in there. Oh, sure, now it doesn't want to focus. It would focus before. There we go. No, come on. I'm still trying to figure out how to use Twitter. If anybody has any tips on how to use Twitter, I have no idea what, like, retweets or any of that stuff is. No shrooms for you. Come on. It doesn't want to focus. There we go. You can see him in there now. Oh, that's how you are with Instagram? Alright, there we go. Should be able to see him now. Let me see. These ones, it's not going to be super helpful. Literally all you can see is the top of the mushroom in there. It doesn't really help much anyways. Okay, so those are ready to go. And those take about 2.5 milliliters of resin each. And I know that because I measured at one point, which is useful to do. I just put water in here and then poured it into a cup, one of my measuring cups, and found out how much liquid it held, and then made sure they all got super dry because you don't want to mix water and resin. That will not work out. All right, let me see what I got here. Ba-dum-ba-dum. Okay, I'm gonna grab one of these so that I have a little bit extra for this. I was gonna grab just one of these cups because my dice do take pretty much exactly 30 milliliters, but I want a little extra so that I can make like maybe an extra D4 and probably some sort of keychain or something. I usually try to throw something like that in. Usually I would use these molds, but what do I got here? Hey, Bosun, if I were to include a keychain with your order, do you have a specific shape you'd be interested in? You want something sort of flat, or do you want something long like one of the crystals? I have options. I guess, yeah, that's how you are with Instagram. Instagram makes sense to me because it's pretty much just photos and tags, if that makes sense. It's all about the photos on Instagram, and I've used Instagram for a long time, which is really what it comes down to. I have not used Twitter, but I've used Instagram, so I'm more familiar with it. I've been doing mostly posting on like Facebook and Instagram, to be fair. Surprise you is what your character would want. Alright. Let me see what I got here. I think I have a fun thing here if I can find it. Alright. We're gonna do this. I realize it looks like a square, but it has secrets in it. Alright, so there's that. So 30. So, and that's gonna be 10. That would be 40, exactly. But I want a little extra. Just saying here. Do I have any that? I'm just gonna use this one. Just a second, I'm just thinking. Because I could make 40, but that would be exactly enough for the dice and the mushroom necklaces, and I want a little bit of extra. It's nice having a little bit of extra, just so I have a little bit of leeway. And this is in even, or it goes up by tens on here. So, like, I have smaller mixing containers, but they only go up to 30 milliliters. So, like I said, this would be 40, but do I really want to go up to 60? Because I have to do, it's 2 parts, so I'd have to go 30 and then 60, as opposed to 20 and then 40. I could try an eyeball 25 and 50. That just seems dangerous, though. I think I could do that, though. Should I risk it? Should I risk eyeballing? I'm going back to this one. This is the problem with them getting cloudier. Like I said, I might need to order some more silicone mixing cups. Maybe I'll add that to my Amazon wish list or whatever. So I'm gonna try and do 25 and go up to 50. So then we have 10 or so extra milliliters, which is plenty, but not 20 extra milliliters, which is kind of ridiculously a lot. Oh, let me remind you what we are making. Where did I set this? So we're gonna be doing green dice with gold foil in them. I did some tests on, what is today? Today's Wednesday, so on Saturday's stream, I did some tests. This one, and this one. Where I did, I just made some rings here, and I have a green, quote unquote, and a yellow alcohol ink. The problem is that this green turns blue when I add it to, oh hey, thanks for following, half an hour ago, which I totally missed. The problem is that this turns blue when I add it to resin, which looks cool. It's a very pretty blue. It's kind of a tealy color. Not green. I don't have a good green. I don't have a good translucent green. I can show again. So, alright, just a second here. This right here, which, just a second here, don't need that anymore. This is supposedly, you see this blue right here? Yeah, that's this green. And I have gotten some other translucent pigments over time that are supposedly green. This fluorescent green is actually pretty green, not the green we're looking for because we're going for like a forest green. Yeah, this was supposedly green, not green. This one is kind of green, not really. Yeah, it's the rainforest green. It turns blue. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. But I did some tests on Saturday, because I stream Wednesdays and Saturdays, and we did 1 drop of the rainforest green, blue, and then I did 1 drop of sunbright yellow, 3 drops of sunbright yellow, and 5 drops of sunbright yellow, just to see if we could get a good green. And honestly, I think the 1 to 3 looks the best to me. They all look very dark on here. Let's see if I can. And it looks more blue in. It always ends up looking more blue on the stream. I was holding it up for my face cam if you couldn't tell. But because this one is very tealy, pretty. Ranger's Botanical is a nice green. What brand is that? Is that also Jacquard alcohol ink or Pinata alcohol ink, or is that a different brand? Scrayer. Ranger. Oh, Ranger's Botanical. Okay, that's not the name. That's the brand. Oh, okay. Tim Holtz. Oh, okay. I'll have to look that up. Let me make a note of that before I do anything else, because I will forget. My schedule. This Wednesday, let me just make a note here. Rangers, green, Tim Holtz, HLT. Okay, and also I'm going to write down your I'm writing down your Twitch handle so that I can look you up later too and follow you back. I guess I could do that from here, but I also want to go stalk you on Twitch. Anyways, the 1 to 3 does actually make a really pretty forest green. So I think we're gonna go with 1 drop of this rainforest green to 3 drops of this yellow, and then we're gonna have gold flakes there. So let me just get this set up, and we can start getting resining. And I think I do want kind of, I'm actually going to set this to the side. I'm going to set the gold to the side, and here is why. Actually, I'm going to ask you, Bosun. For example, in this ring, the flakes in it are rather small. And if I add the gold to this and then do all of that mixing, it will break it up into those small pieces. Whereas if I mix all the colorant and then mix the gold leaf in, it will be bigger pieces of the gold leaf. So do you have a preference between small pieces of the gold foil or bigger pieces of the gold foil? Let me see if I can. And this actually has some. See if I can show you. It never wants to do it, but there's like some bigger pieces. There we go. You can see there's like some bigger pieces in there. It's kind of some bigger pieces of foil versus this, which has lots. It's like smaller pieces. Yeah, there you go. You can see kind of smaller pieces of foil. Let me grab a cup to put this in. So I'm just wondering if you have a preference, Bosun. Between smaller pieces of foil and bigger pieces. Not a huge difference, but try to pick that up a little bit so it doesn't all get all clumpy. That is more than I need. Let me pull some of that back out. Some of the clumpier pieces, I'll pull them back out. We can always add more. It's easier to add more than take some away. Chonky? Alright, I think the chonky will look a little bit better. Or just kind of a mix almost of some smaller pieces and some larger pieces as opposed to just all smaller. So, we'll go with that. So I'm going to mix the gold in a little bit later. I am breaking it up here because that is an issue that I've run into before, that it gets, because like this is like 3 pieces of foil thick, and so it just gets all clumped together if I leave it like that when I try to mix it in. So I'm going to set this off to the side. Oops, let me finish unclumping this. Okay, I'm going to set this off to the side and we'll pull our foil out of there when we need it. And this is going to have our ink in it. I think we're probably going to end up just pouring that and not using a pipette if it's going to have some big pieces in it. Alright, so let's see here. Is there anything else we need? I don't think so. I think we're good to go. I'm just going to set these on here. So we have them all in one spot. I need to get some new mixing cups so that I can actually see the numbers. Get the pieces of resin out of here. And then we'll be good to go. So we don't knock everything over. Welcome to the Darth Vader stream, or the Bane stream, or whatever other supervillain wears a mask. Found off in the chat. But we're going villain stream now because I'm wearing a mask, and it always seems to be villains. Emerton Gerald, that was the one that you mentioned before. I couldn't remember what it was. Still need to watch that movie. Because I still saw all the stuff about the practical effects on that movie and thought it looked really cool. Because I think practical effects are cool. Alright. I got this. Alright. So I'm going to try to be as accurate as possible, but also I'm aiming for in between 2 lines, so that, wish me luck. And I'm also going to go quiet for a second here while I concentrate on pouring. Oh man, this part's so viscous. Just a little bit of. Okay, we're apparently going to be doing 60 because that's where I ended up. I ended up at the 30 line. Oh well, we'll have to make more stuff. That's why I pour that one first though, is because it's so viscous, it's very hard to control how quickly it comes out. This one's a little bit more liquidy. Makes it a little bit easier to pour. And you really want these to be accurate. If you don't have enough of the hardener, it won't cure. If you have too much of the hardener, I think it can make it kind of brittle. Is that hitting the line? I have one more little drop. Alright, that looks even. My resin bottles there are getting low. Alright, I'm back. What did I miss? What did I miss? What did I miss? So, yeah, this is the I sit here and stir for 5 minutes, power hour. Well, I'm just gonna hit up Scryer in the chat since they make dice too. So, what kind of resin do you use? Do you sell dice? What kind of dice do you make? I know that Bosun was talking about starting to make dice too, which would be very cool. Come, join us. Join us in the dice making. This is a side note, but I think my favorite little tip that I've learned on the dice is that if there's so sometimes with the molds, especially as they get older, resin scares you, but you will overcome. It's one of those ones where you want to make sure that you're wearing the proper safety equipment and that sort of stuff, but it's honestly, it's a little messy, but it's not. I guess I make lye soap though. Maybe I'm not the best judge of that. I don't know. It's I've always found it just kind of fun because even if you mess up on it, usually you can kind of figure out what to change next time, and a little bit goes a long way. Like I said, these each hold 2.5 milliliters, I think. This holds 30, which is one of these cups. This is 30 milliliters right here. That's a full set of dice right there. It's really fun to work with, in my opinion. Just you got to make sure that you have the proper safety equipment, and that the main thing. Splash of formaldehyde in high school. Oh, you're scared of messing up. Honestly, resin is the best thing to mess up with, and here's why. One, you quite often you're working in small amounts, so it's not a huge waste if you do mess up. Like I said, 2.5 milliliters. Two, usually if it messes up, you learn something from it. That's why I have my box. These are my box of failed dice right here. Well, not all of them are failed. Some of them are just with old molds. Yeah. Here's one that just looks kind of stupid. It has it's not a box of shame. It has some cool stuff in here. Here's a lily pad die that I did. Nice little chunky lily pad die. If it'll focus. It doesn't want to focus. Focus. I'll get that to focus after I pour these, but some of these are definitely dies of shame. Where's that spiky one? Oh, here it is. You'd eat that box's contents. You worked in a library during college and nearly quit because you were afraid of missing it. Yeah. I am really enjoying making dice and selling them because if I mess up, it doesn't mess up anything for anyone else. I can just remake it. But no, here's an example of definitely a failure. I wasn't thinking about it, and in this mold I have all of the dice in the mold together. I've since changed that, and I have individual molds for all of my dice. But I was trying to do a set of dice where all of them were like a solid color, and the D20 was going to have a layer and then have something else on top of it. And so I filled all of these with resin, and then I put a little bit in the D20, and I put the lid in, and I put it in the pressure pot. And I was not thinking about it, and it created a seal. And since there was nothing in the D20 part, all of the air tried to compress. And I ended up with this little spiky thing in here. It looks really interesting. Not at all what I wanted. I mean, to be fair, the dice turned out, I did not like them anyways. Yeah, look at how spiky that is. And I mean, I did also mess up the other dice as well. Let me see if I can grab the D6 here. Look at how deformed that D6 is, because it pulled it. Yeah, it is a caltrop. It pulled everything towards the middle because it tried to squeeze it all. And it just did not. I didn't like how it was looking, anyways. Here's one of my the first ever set of beach dice that I made. They turned out really pretty, but on the D20 face, on the D20, I realized that one of the if you can see here, it'll focus. See how messed up it is in the corner there? That's because one of the pigments didn't cure properly. Cure's fine if it's mixed with the resin, but it had enough water in it, I think, that when I tried to drip it on the surface of the thing to pour it was a dirty pour, so I went and I have resin, and then I dripped like alcohol inks and colorants on top of that, and then poured it in to the mold, which makes some beautiful things. But that one, since it was just by itself and didn't really have any resin to attach to, it did not cure properly, and so I just left that out next time. Still made something pretty, but definitely not what I was going for. My first one's absolutely covered in bubbles. Here's half of a large D6 because I decided that I wasn't going to finish this halfway through. Oh, this one I was trying to do like a weird air thing, and it turned out kind of weird brownish with the blue because I tried to do orange and blue, was not thinking about it. Let's see. Found out the polymer clay sinks. Let's see. I have a set of dice upstairs that they're like this one, where it's the silver and the copper, and then it's inked in gold. And because I've been wanting to make that set for myself for a while, and I absolutely love it, except that on one of the D20 faces, apparently I did not clean out the molds well enough, and there was a single piece of blue glitter in the D20 mold. And so they are absolutely how I want them, except for one of the D20 faces has a single piece of blue glitter on it that does not match at all. It's like, no! I was trying to do that. Yeah, there's all sorts of things. Okay, I've gotten better at making molds, but like, here's one where the lid, if you look at, see on the top there, the lid was too far up, and so if I tried to sand that down, there'd be no number on it. But also I've figured it out since then. Here, let's see if I can actually show this to you now. Focus. I want to show you the lily pads. Oh well. Let me finish mixing this. I'm okay with this being a little bit thicker, to be honest. Let me move this out of the way. because it'll help the gold suspend in it. So yeah, there's all sorts of little things that it's kind of fun to learn as you go. Sand it and heat carve the number back on. I could, probably could, but I feel like I don't know if it would end up how good it would end up looking. My plan is to. I can't get it to focus. Let me see if I can get it to focus. There we go. Lily pads. There you go. There's the lily pads. I've made some sets of lily pad dice. I've made 2, I think. They're upstairs. I actually plan to have those in the shop. More expensive than my other dice because they take more time because those are hand painted, and then I have placed little polymer clay flowers on them. But I plan to have a limited number of those in the shop sometime here soon. I just need to get them all sanded and polished and up to snuff, so I can take some photos of them and put them up. But I do plan to have I think 3 sets of those in the shop soon. Yeah, those are going to be limited though. But yeah. If you I'm going to rework commissions a little bit too. I do plan on having those back up. My plan is to kind of always have 5 commissions in the works. This was my first. Well, the screen set is actually part of kind of the second set, but both Jen's and Teacup Beta's dice were in kind of the first set of commissions that I ever had. I feel like that sounds dangerous, but try something with ink injections. Ooh, what do you mean by that? By ink injections? Like taking color and then like using a syringe or something to squeeze it into the middle of the die, or I'm just curious. No, I'm gonna rework commissions a little bit. I'm gonna simplify things a little bit. I'm still gonna have different kind of complexities, but I'm going to simplify that down to kind of 3 different, like simple, standard, and complex. And I'm going to probably up the work time a little bit because I didn't really have a good grasp on how long these were going to take with the making a set, getting feedback, redesigning it, that part of it. Since both the sets for both Teacup Beta and Jen, these sets that are the final sets are like the 3rd ones that we made. But we got it figured out. Hopefully exactly what they wanted. And that's part of what I enjoy about commissions is the the back and forth and kind of working on a project together almost. But it definitely takes time. The design process takes time. So I'm gonna make it so this. Oh, that's so sweet of you. Aw. I'm having fun. I like working with people and I want to make if I'm gonna make commissions, I want to make what people want. That's the whole point of it. I want people to be able to get their dream set of dice. That's how I sort of started out making dice to a certain extent. Was I went to like my D&D buddies and my family and stuff, and was like, hey, what's your dream? Yep, cat hair. I think it was a cat hair. There's always cat hair. As I went to like my family and D&D buddies and stuff, and was like, hey, what's your dream set of dice? If you could have like the cat hair is your favorite. What would your dream set of dice be? And then I kind of started designing things based on that. First time commissioning custom dice from anyone. It's been really pleasant. Oh, yay! I'm glad that you're happy with how they look. I'll show you guys how they glow after this, after I finish making these. I was going to do that earlier and I forgot. Alright. Oh, I do actually need a pipette. Do I have a clean one? Alright. The cat hair. I am hoping to avoid cat hair in your dice, if at all possible. So I'm gonna, these pendants are fun to make, but they're a little bit funky, and it's because, I don't think you'll be able to see this, but yeah, you're not gonna be able to see it. Maybe if you look at my screen, you can kind of see the mushroom in there. The resin gets caught on top of the mushroom, so I fill this up part of the way, and I'll show you what I do to get that underneath the mushroom. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I'm going to streamline commissions a little bit, up the estimated work time on them, just because people have been very understanding with, hey, they're not quite done yet, but I'd much rather give I found another cat hair. I'd much rather give a good estimate of how long things are going to take, because both Jen's and Teacup Beta's dice are technically marked as overdue at the moment on Etsy, but we'll get those shipped out here pronto. Like I said, I just need to polish them, ink the numbers, and then we'll be good to go. All right, so I found it good. My cat hair made you sneeze. So what I'm going to do to get, so the resin is kind of moving past the mushroom a little bit, but try and get some of that air out. I'm just going to stick this in a pipette in here, or a stir stick in here, and push down on the mushroom a little bit. And that'll hopefully help work some of the air out from underneath it. This is still viscous enough that it's flowing. Allergy telekinesis. That's my superpower is allergy telekinesis. It's very useful and also very not useful. You see a bubble coming up there because I pushed down on the mushroom to try and get some of that air out from underneath it. I push down on it and it pushes the air out and pulls the resin down into it. These ones are not as big of an issue. The trios, because it can move past the heads of those, but these ones I'm going to let sit a moment, and we'll add some more resin in a minute. So let me see, just how much of this do I have? Where's my? Oh. So, here. Okay, I'm going to be using that again in a moment. Yeah. But I'm going to pour a bunch of this. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm going to leave about 10 milliliters in there. But pour the majority of this into this container. Yep. And cover this up. Whack Vibe Man sends me a bad thought and I suffer pain of death upon shellfish allergy. Wow. Is this the plot of Death Note? Never read that, but I feel like it is. Oh yeah, not being able to breathe. Okay, here let me show you the fun chemical reaction here. So that's green at the moment. Kind of. It looks very blue there, which it's starting to turn blue, but let's see if it turns even more blue as we. Yeah. I'm not a big shellfish person. I feel like I'd be a good person to get a shellfish allergy, because I'm not a big seafood person in general. Although I do like shrimp. I think shrimp is probably wishes he was whack 5, man. Alright, Alright, I want this to be darker. I'm gonna add one more drop of the green. Green, quote unquote. Yeah, as far as seafood goes, shrimp is probably my favorite. Tried crab for the first time ever this last summer, and decided you can't do it. Is it because it's too much work, or because you're not a fan of the flavor? To be fair, most of the flavor of crab is just using it as a way to shovel butter into your mouth. That 5 man tried to get me to deliver 20 pieces in yesterday. I can't do it because of the work. I'm just not a big seafood person, and I don't know. I'm gonna add 6 drops of this and see how it looks. So the problem is, it works pretty well, but I've noticed that it still tends to look rather blue in the cup, and then once it cures, it will turn more green. Oh no! You're allergic to it. Oh no! It's like me and avocado. I love it, but no, it is not like me. Imitation crab and sushi. Don't make you work for your food. Alright. Yep, that's very teal. I'm gonna add more of this. You're allergic to red potatoes? Oh no! I love red potatoes! These are just sad allergies, guys. This has turned into the sad allergy chat. I don't know what it is with avocados for me. Like, okay, so I love the flavor of avocados and stuff, but if I eat avocado, it instantly makes me feel like I'm going to throw up. I don't know what it is. There's certain foods that just do that to me, and I think it's mostly fatty foods, so I don't know if it's a gallbladder thing or something, but Vegeta rolls up at E3 and announces his newest OC whack 5 man. Someone get on this video game idea stat. Oh, you had a friend that's allergic to nightshades and would stuff her mouth with the tomatoes anyways. If I eat avocado, if I throw avocado, it makes me nauseous. I've never been a huge fan of potatoes anyways. It's just red potatoes. Oh, okay. Interesting. It's just red potatoes as opposed to... So, like, russets and stuff are fine. Interesting. That's very interesting. That probably looks... Yeah, it looks blue. Like I said, it does get more green as it cures. I am still going to add a little bit more yellow. Curious and terrified about Whack Vibes Man, or... Wait, Kojima's on TikTok? Is that what you're... Oh no, you're saying... Oh, you're saying TikTok Man. Okay, sorry, I was... Or does he have a TikTok? Because that's also a possibility, I suppose. I don't think that's what you were saying, but it's kind of funny if it is. Okay, that's looking more like the color I'm going for. It's still very teal, but it should green up a little bit, I think. It was really funny. I really thought that you meant he had a TikTok for a moment there. I was like, awesome. It would be so chaotic. Mix it in. I think that's dark enough. It's been a while since I've had sushi. But But my favorite sushi has avocado. Seriously though, I don't know what it is. Avocado doesn't make me nauseous. It's when I eat it, it makes me feel like I'm going to throw up. You know, like there's a difference I feel like between being nauseous and like that sensation that you have right before you throw up. Which I'm sorry that I'm talking about this, but 2020 showed me the forbidden cookie with TikTok. Oh man, it's so teal, and I know it's gonna turn green, but it makes me so nervous. I guess if all else fails, I'll just remake these, and then I'll have a pretty set of green dice. But it should turn more green. Well, I'll let set up for a moment and put some more resin in these guys. Is it just like the texture? No, I don't think so. I love avocado, and I am. Oh, those are the trio ones. I like avocado, and it's weird because it is certain fatty. It's usually fairly fatty foods. Like eggs with cheese. I love eggs with cheese, but I hit a point where I just cannot. I might still be hungry, but I cannot eat anymore. Chicken salad. Love chicken salad. It's always done that to me. It happened to me when I was eating a beef burrito. It might have been a lengua burrito at one point. Which if you know me, I love burritos. I love Mexican food in general. Yes, kitten salad. Not come here. That's one of our cats, by the way, just for reference. I realize that her name makes things confusing. We do somewhat regret naming her not. Proper sushi, but I don't like fish anyhow. I get the smell of them. Made fish tacos. Oh no. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of seafood, but it's not that bad at least. Alright, I'm gonna do the same thing as before and push down on the mushroom in here. Hopefully try and work some of that air out. The idea is I'm gonna kind of make a bubble rise up, and then it'll hopefully, that space will get replaced with resin. You work in a Mexican restaurant? Oh, that's fair. Yeah, I completely understand having mixed feelings since you work in a Mexican restaurant. You never had fish tacos? I'm pretty sure I've had fish tacos. Oh, raw fish doesn't smell as much as cooked fish. Yeah. Yeah, that's true, I feel like. Yeah. There's fish definitely has a fishy flavor and smell though, which some people, like my brother, loves fish, and I can do salmon if I have like nori and rice and stuff with it, and I'll eat seafood. I do like shrimp, but they're not my favorite, but I like shrimp. But it's one of those ones where I understand why people like it. There's a lot of foods where I understand why people like it, but it's just not for me. And I feel like seafood's one of those things. I'd rather eat a steak than a lobster. You like nori by itself? Have you had some of those nori the rice crackers I have that are, actually Tori introduced them to me, but the rice crackers that are wrapped in nori? Because those are pretty good. They have that good nori flavor, but they're crunchy, which I like. I guess nori can be crunchy too. You've never had it? I'll have to get you some. I feel like you might like those if you like the flavor of nori. They have a good crunch to them, and they're just like little rice crackers that are wrapped in nori. Sardine anchovies fiend. Those little furry fish. Oh gosh. My brother is also a sardine anchovies fiend. He will make himself food with those, like sandwiches and stuff, I think. I don't know. Again, I'm not a fish person, but I mean, technically, do you eat cockroaches? This is a Bit of a tangent, but can you eat cockroaches? Do they make good food? I mean, they're kind of small-ish. I mean, they can get big, but like oceans of the sea. Well, I think they're technically very similar. They definitely look similar. You think they're edible? I wonder. Yeah, they probably are, but just let me grab something. I'll show you guys a little trick that I have for. I can't tell whether you're being serious or not, Nate, about cockroaches. Everything's edible once. I mean, I guess. I mean, what's the expression in that one meme? Like, I guess I have a mask on, you can't be able to see anyways. You believe you've seen them being cooked. Okay. Here's my trick for making sure that these stay upright in the pressure pot. There's some Elmer's glue, and there it is glued to my plate here. Just gluing those down, and it peels right off, but is your memory? It might have been carrots. I think it's starting to go down in there. I mean, you're probably right. You had cricket in Cambodia, it was kind of like popcorn. Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, I've seen crickets. I've seen crickets and mealworms. Well, we've had bread with cricket flour. Crickets make really good flour. High in protein. Don't know, it doesn't really affect the flavor or anything. Works well as flour. You can eat roaches if you want. You'd want to get a load of them with good veggies. Yeah. Alligator, interesting. Oh, actually, I'm going to leave that out because I don't want to glue this one down too. Oh, what's the weirdest thing I've ever eaten? Oh, man. Oh, what is the weirdest thing that I've ever eaten? I mean, I've had escargot. So I've had snails. Does that count as a weird thing? I guess I haven't eaten a lot of weird things. Depending on what we're defining as weird food. Because a lot of things that we would culturally define as weird are not weird in other cultures. Like, bugs are a great source of protein. There's plenty of cultures that eat bugs. It's just weird to us. Wait, Amber, I feel like there's a lot to unpack in that sentence. That's I feel like I'm making dial-up noises right now. For all of you folks who remember dial-up. Yeah, like I said, there's a lot to unpack in that sentence. There we go. Scryer is coming in with the clutch emotes. And Teacup Beta's coming in with the correct response. A lot to unpack, but maybe let's not. Wait. More cat hair! No! Stay out! And stay out. And, oh no. It all comes back to the Bee Movie, doesn't it? Although, now that I'm thinking about it, the Bee Movie is probably purposefully kind of bad. And I mean that in the sense that it's called the Bee Movie, which means that it's a Bee movie. I wonder if it is supposed to be kind of purposefully bad because it's a Bee movie. If that makes sense. Okay, that should be dark enough. I think that'll be. We don't want it. There's certainly bees involved. We don't want it so dark that we can't see the gold. So look at that. Come on, get off, get off, get off, get off, no, get off, no. All right, let me wipe these off. Oh no! it wasn't the plan, they should claim it was the plan. There we go. That sounds like a plan. Alright, slightly smaller pieces than that. That's why people tune into my streams. It's for the panic. Or are we talking about the B movie still? That's kind of satisfying to just put all of this gold leaf on top of here. Not quite sure why. I'm like gilding the surface of the resin. Stir that up a little bit. Kind of try and break them up a little bit in slightly small pieces. Yay! I am wonderfully chaotic. That's been my goal in life. I can now die. Please don't take that seriously. I'm medicated for that. Don't worry, guys. I'm medicated for that. It's okay. That needs more gold. There's a method to the madness. At least I like to pretend there is. I did mention, I think it was in a past stream, that it is kind of my life goal for people to perceive me as some sort of strange, possibly immortal being. So I take that as the highest compliment. Rip. Yep. Yeah. F's in the chat for Liz. An enigma, exactly. More gold. We need more gold. It is starting to look. Here, let me see if I can show you guys. It's not going to focus on it probably. It's so shiny. There we go. Definitely more gold, but you can see the flakes in there. It looks very blue at the moment, and it looks even more blue for you. But like I said, I have noticed that it gets more green as it cures. So I have hopes that it will be more green once I pull them out of the mold. I'm trying to spread it out so it doesn't all clump up. Yeah, I think that'll look nice with kind of a mix of larger chunks and smaller chunks of gold. Quite honestly, the gold will probably help make it look a little bit more green as well, even if it does turn out a little bit blue, because it has a yellow tint to it. But get off. A second. Oh no, I forgot my fingers are sticky. Oh no, guys. Add yellow after the gold. Yeah, I could add more yellow after the gold if I decide that I need to. I don't plan to. I don't think I'm going to change the color at all. Like I said, it looks kind of bluish, but I expect it to turn more green as it cures. So I don't really want to add too much more yellow, or I worry I'll go too far in that direction. Ordered Panda Express for fun and enrichment. Yeah, that was a comment that I made this morning. Was I need more enrichment in my enclosure. Find the nearest pond and find the sushi you seek. You can make kimbap too. That's like kind of like Korean sushi, sort of. That's good too. Doesn't necessarily have to have fish. I do like kimbap as well. You do live by the ocean. There you go. There's some prime. Wait. And all the sushi places are closed. But yes, you must wade into the ocean and catch a fish with your bare hands. Bosun knows where it's at. Bosun knows what's going on. Alright, that's starting to look a good density of gold. I think I'm just going to add this little bit. last little bit, so I already have it out. No, cat hair, go away. Go away, cat hair. You're not wanted here. I'll have to do another stream in my office at some point so that you guys can see the cats. BRB, eating myself into the ocean. Let us know how it goes, Jen. We look forward to seeing pictures of the fish you catch that's this big. Yeah, this should be plenty of gold. Because it's looking pretty good already. So this is just kind of in addition. Photoshop. Never enough. There's never enough glitter. That was the set for Jen in the chat. We decided to well, the one that's flinging themselves into the ocean at the moment. So when they get back, the first set that I made for their commission was I'm like, there's not enough glitter. It needs more glitter, and I'm like, I don't think I'm going to be able to overdo this. So there's just so much foil or iridescent flakes in that. Yeah, there we go. I think that looks like a good amount of gold. Yeah, well, oops. There we go. Good amount of gold. Expand glitter. You know, I'm looking at them now, I'm like, I probably could have put even more in there, but you're gonna tell me about a fish that you caught, Nate? Alright. Yeah, I think this will be pretty. I think this will be nice. I think it's a good amount of gold. I don't want to add too much more. Oh, just a second. Let me just get the last little bit out of this container. But oh, I didn't believe him for a second, but I figured I would humor him anyways. Okay. See how far you can saturate resin with foil. Do you want more in here, Bosun? Because I can put more gold foil in here if you'd like. Trying to break social distancing. I know. I know. I look forward to having people over for board game nights again. Have you guys in a stream instead of in the chat of the stream. Is it a good amount? Okay. Then I think I'm gonna start with this. No. Actually, you know what? I am gonna add more, and that's because I'm gonna put the rest of this resin in here. I'm gonna add more colorant and gold. So there's more in my mixing cup, and I want it to be green. Alright. There's nothing bored about game nights. Yes, I do look forward to hanging out with people again, but I am helping out my parents and grandparents a bit, so I'd much rather pick something from them than give them something, if you know what I mean. So I am avoiding people as much as possible. Yeah, eventually. I was reading something promising about a vaccine this morning, but we'll see. Oh, a lot of people in your lab have been getting sick. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I want to stay away from that if possible, but... Oh, that's weird. That really didn't change much. I just poured a whole bunch of clear in there. It really did not change much. Oh, you're the asshole that called the meeting. Oh man, yeah. That's the there's the center. I'm putting a couple more pieces of gold foil in here. Cause I want some big pieces. Yeah, exactly. I'd rather be safe than sorry. I think people are getting more, I don't know if complacent's the right word, but I think we're hitting kind of a second wave of people kind of being sad in quarantine. At least I feel like my mood has gotten lower more recently. Like last week I was like almost all week. It's an essential project, but still, yeah. I know, but it's also hard to do an essential project if everybody who's supposed to be working on it is sick. But, yeah, I'm really surprised. I added a bunch of clear and it really did not do much. It's still like just as saturated. Huh. Well, one more little piece of gold and call that good. Ah. I just want to stick it to my fingers. Alright. That should be good. Ah, no, get off, get off! It's not even cat hair this time, it's gold foil. Get off. Ah! Ah! It's stuck to my finger. Okay, we're good, we're good. Oh, one of your coworkers got a negative test at least. That's good, that's good. It's suck it up, those are cold. Oh man. Oh man, oh man, oh man. You're gathering up your 4 boxes of roaches for a snack at home, or are you dating one? Yeah, yeah. All right, I think that's looking good. The flakes are a nice size, they're not too small or too big. A few bigger pieces that I might forget. All right, I think we're good. Oh, they're your job. Okay, okay. Do you actually work with roaches in your job? I remember we did Madagascar hissing cockroaches in school. Oh, you work in animal care. That's cool. For to eat? Yeah, I remember working with Madagascar hissing cockroaches in school. That was one of the labs we did in like middle school. Also, my dad was a science teacher for quite a while there, and so he also did that same thing. It would be a conflict of interest if you hated Eddie. Oh, very nice. Very nice. My only concern here is that if I pour this while it's too liquidy, I worry that the gold's gonna sink. Oops. I completely missed the opening with this one. Just a second here. I'll just get all that gold in there. It's fine. Stop dripping. No. I think part of the reason I like resin is because it's messy. I seem to gravitate towards messy crafts. There really is a funny comment about a conflict of interest. Yeah, I seem to gravitate towards messy crafts. Because I do painting, I've done soap making, which I guess soap making is a sort of a messy craft because it's soap, so I don't know if I can consider it a messy craft if I get soap everywhere. Are you talking about your dad, Nate?
being canned for dating a roach. Oh man, I feel like that's almost a reason for dismissal, but maybe not for the conflict of issues. But Daddy, I love him. This has turned into a very bizarre. Oh man. Hey, Teacup or Theta or someone who can draw, please draw a roach in a little sweater, because that sounds so funny. I'm making a request out into the ether that someone should draw a roach in a sweater. I don't know why that idea is so amusing to me, but it really is. Maybe a little caption that's, or maybe it's holding a bouquet of flowers or something too, because it's your date. Bless you, bless you. Alright. You know, even if this doesn't end up the exact right color, I will have cool teal dice. A little corsage. Oh man. Avant-garde, I think that's the word I was looking for. This chat has turned very avant-garde, which I am a-okay with, but a little unexpected, but not unwanted. Alright, let's fill this one. Okay, this is gonna be fun to try and fill. Let's see if I can put this where you guys can see, because I'm gonna try. Ooh. First I'm gonna try and get cat hair out of here. You wanted cat hair in a keychain, right? That was the plan? You wanted cat hair? I think. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna try and go away. I can't escape them. Even in this room that they are not allowed in. Okay. I'm gonna pour this in here. If I can. Hey, at least you're dating someone, right? Hey, it stops the questions from Grandma about, hey, when are you gonna see someone, honey? Hey, you know, those Nokias are dependable. I was gonna go and try and name some other qualities that would be good in both a date and a phone, but I lost it. Alright, there's that. Oh, that's actually pretty sturdy up and down. I am concerned to ask Amber if good communication. There you go. There you go. Bosun's picking up my slack. Dare I ask Amber if you're talking about some sort of particular case where someone did this? Because I feel like that's where this is going, and I don't know if I want this to be where it's going. Alright. So I was asking if dating a brick phone was an actual thing that you had heard about, like someone dating a cockroach, or if you had just made it up, because I am concerned that it is a actual story that you heard. I was gonna say though, I add a little bit extra resin here, so it kind of domes over a little bit, and then I also add it to the lid here, so that when I put the lid on and I put it in the pressure pot, all of the bubbles in here are going to try and compress, and there's extra resin to pull into to fill in that space. Also, adding it to the lid helps so that I don't end up with a whole bunch of air trapped between the lid and the resin here. Oh, okay. Thank goodness you got it for like a TV show, like a made-up TV show, not a TV show of strangest addictions or something. What do I want to do here? This is probably gonna be. I'm just gonna make a. No, I already made rings. What should I make? What should? Ooh, what should? I'm gonna fill away. I think I've seen something where someone was like dating their car. Yeah. I'm sure that sex has sent people to the ER, Nathan. I'm sure that has happened. Or is this a whole TV show that you're pitching? Just fill this up. Oh, it's an actual show already? Oh gosh. Why would people agree to be on it? Okay. I mean, I guess people will do whatever they can for their 30 seconds of fame. Hello, Tulatar. It's a real show. Years are crazy. Money. Oh, yeah, that's fair too. I kind of can't blame people for that. Alright, so there's a little bottle. What should I do with this last little bit? Could make some more little rings. Alright, let me. Hey, what is in these? There's little other pieces of other resin in here. Let me pull them out. No, I've just shoved it down further in there. I'm probably just putting cat hair in here, so I am putting cat hair in here. No! Oh, I see. It's reenactments, probably. More so than anything else. That would make sense, too. I can see that. Yeah. Oh gosh, that doesn't surprise me. It really doesn't surprise me, but yeah. I bet there's a lot of things like that where I bet there's a lot of embarrassing scenarios that are very common in the ER. It's gotta be. I'm just kind of dripping some of this into a ring mold. It's getting a little bit more viscous, so it's taking a while. I fell. I think people know how it happened. You probably don't have to explain that one too much. I feel like there's not a ton of explanation needed on how it happened. Alright, let me get that filled in. Alright, so a lot of people use like a lighter or a heat gun or something to pop the surface bubbles on here. I just use isopropyl alcohol because it also breaks the surface tension, so it doesn't affect its curing, and also I'm not going to accidentally hurt the mold or anything. That is kind of a concern with this set, is that there's going to be air trapped with the gold foil, but I think that since I added it here, it should be okay. I've got it mixed with the resin enough that there shouldn't be too many large air pockets, and the small ones will get what's the word I'm looking for? Compressed when I put it in the pressure pot. Shouldn't be a big issue. So like I mentioned it before, I'm planning on doing just some like dice and resin experiments probably on Saturday. Does anybody have anything in particular that they'd like to see me try? There's lots of any yeah, that's a thing. That's oh man. That that seems like one of the worst options. Glass though, guys, glass. Bright idea. Oh man. Okay, I do have to give you props for that. Wow. I'm just gonna put this last little bit in the crystal mold here. But yes. Oh boy. But yes, is there anything in particular that folks would be interested in seeing? Me like even if it's like certain colors, certain techniques. If you have something that you've kind of always wanted to see, or if you're even if you've done it yourself and you just think it's cool. That's the plan for Saturday is just kind of mess around a bit. Pineapple. Oh yeah, you mentioned that before. Pineapple. I have to figure that out. Pop that. All right. This all looks pretty bubble free. I'll probably do pineapple colors. I wonder if I could do a cool texture to match pineapples. Oh, wait. Is this a cockroach in a sweater? I sure hope this is a cockroach in a sweater. Alright, just a second here. I'm taking my gloves off anyway so I can go put this in the pressure pot. Just a second here. Take this off. Hopefully I don't accidentally exit out of my own stream. That would be unfortunate. Oh, good. Yay! It's a cockroach date. I like the little heart. The little heart really makes it. It's so tiny. It's so cute. Oh, bless you for actually drawing that. That's great. Okay, I'm going to mute you guys for just a moment. Feel free to gush over the very cute cockroach in the chat, but I realized that I did not fill my air compressor before this, so it's going to be loud for a moment. Just a moment. Actually, just like I'll put earplugs in while we chat. It's so cute. It's very cute. Yeah, come on. Alright, just a minute. Alright. Let's see. Eat banana and lie. Mango! Because he's a man on the go. Mango is so close to your last name. Well, maybe that'll be fun because when you get married, it'll be like Mango, Margot, or whatever your last name is. Because obviously that's the direction this is headed in. Because obviously this is the direction it's headed in. I'm gonna angle you guys so you can see my dirty craft space, but I'm gonna pressurize my pressure pot. But I am not going far. I just want to make sure these are tightened all the way. Alright. Oh. Okay. Alright. There we go. That's all set. A very handy torch. Alright, so we're pretty much done. I did want to show you guys the glow on the two sets that I finished. Oh, I forgot I was going to do that. Okay, I'm gonna lay this out so I don't get resin on these. Oh! I stabbed myself. Alright. Where did I set my... Did I put it away? Oh, I put it away. I was trying to find my little UV light. I was like, where did it go? Put it away. Here, I'm gonna put these in two separate piles. So they can see them. I feel like there was something else that I was going to show you guys, and I can't remember what it was. If you guys remember, was there something I was going to show you guys? Oh, there was this. Amber and Nathan, you were talking about a horse-themed thing for your dad, Amber. I have like these little wrist pieces where I might be able to alter one so it's just a horse. But I'm gonna probably have to look online for just a horse by itself. I don't think I have anything like that. But there might be something, you know, like those little tiny diorama people. They might have a horse from that. I bet there's a horse in that, and I could probably find something like that. So those might still be too big. Alright. This big. Let me turn off the light so you can see these dice. Hopefully they're glowing well. These ones are a little harder to see. It's kind of harder to see. Oh, well, I have to... Is there a way for me to turn down the brightness of the screen a whole bunch? I don't know how this computer works. Let me see if I can... Let me just make the screen more black. This is on here. Charge these up. They are both glowing well. One of them's just harder to see than the other. Because less of it glows. So this one, there we go, you can kind of see the glow a little bit. The light from the screen makes it hard to see. But these ones are kind of teal, and then these ones are kind of blue. These ones have little butterflies. Yeah, this one, the ones that are kind of teal and purple, it's the teal definitely is shining a little bit brighter than the purple. It's hard to see because of the light of the screen, but they definitely do glow a fun teal color. Weird thing that happened, just a second. Hey, it's dark. It is dark in here. I was sanding these earlier today, and I was very kind of confused because it smelled like eggs. How the UV side was going, yeah, which is kind of fun. And I was like, what is going on? And I thought maybe like one of the cats behind me farted or something. I was like, why does it smell like eggs? And then I remembered that one of the glow-in-the-dark pigments that I used, there was like 4 of them that were in a slightly different bag that said that these contain sulfur. Yep, it was sulfur. Don't get me wrong, the dice themselves smell fine. Because the pigment is encased in the resin, but the little particles that I was sanding off smelled like sulfur. Yeah, these are fun. I want actually those too. But there you go. You're all set, Jen. Egg dice. It's the pink pigment. There was like 3 or 4 of them that were literally separated in the bag of the various glow-in-the-dark pigments that I got that said, hey, just so you know, these have sulfur in them and smell like it, but they are fine. I forgot about it until I started sanding. I was like, what is that smell? But yeah, they're coming along. I'm still working on them. They're sanded on the top, but not polished yet. I'll work on that probably tomorrow night, actually. But I'm happy with how these are going out. I still really like this texture. I'm excited to try that out some more. I'm excited for you to have them in your hands too. I am really happy with how these turned out. I think they turned out very similar to the photo that you sent, or the drawing that you sent for what you wanted. So I'm happy with that. Let me see all the sparkles. Let me see if I can. It's very. Let me see the. So I'm gonna. Oh, here. This is a good one. Just kind of see. Oops. You can see there's kind of the. Oops, I'm going the wrong direction again. Kind of oceany. In there. Oh yeah, gemstone D4. I do. If I have leftover resin, I will have little gemstone D4 molds, and so I've been usually if someone orders a set of dice, they also get a bonus little gemstone D4. Usually I do, like if someone orders one of the galaxy sets or something from my store, I give them a different D4, one that doesn't match what they have. But for the commission sets, I've been trying to throw in things that kind of match. I don't have one for yours, unfortunately, Teacup Beta. I don't have a matching little D4. Do you have a favorite color, Teacup Beta? Because I could look through the ones that I have and see if I have something that's in like your favorite color. The ones on my right, these ones? Or are these the blue ones? Because these are on my right, but these are on your right, I would assume. The lighter ones. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm excited about these. They went through a couple iterations, just getting them right. Both of these we finally got. Oh, that's fine. Okay. I still plan to send you a little crystal D4, but it's just not gonna match. That's part of the reason it's kind of a bonus thing, is that that way people aren't necessarily expecting matchy D4 or keychain or anything. It's just kind of a fun little added bonus, I think. And that way, if, like, obviously, things just end up different too, so it's just kind of fun. So, yeah, those are coming along. I just need to polish them now. Put some ink on. Oh, I need to send you both ink color options. I meant to do that. I'll do that probably after this. I'll go find some options and send you photos. But yes, was there something else I was? Oh yeah. Hey, those were very helpful drawings. Why do I have those? If I have those, would you mind if I pull those up, Jen? Mind if I pull up the original drawings that you sent me? I might have sent them to myself. Purple and green and blue. Let me see. Okay, yeah, here, just a second here. Okay, this is just going to take me a moment to pull it up in the image. There's a lot of buttons to click here. Is that the right button? Nope, that's not the right one. Where is... Oh, these are very tiny. There it is. So that was the drawing that Jen sent for these dice. Yeah. Come on, I'm trying to click on that so I can set them here and hopefully show off some of these dice at the same time. So yeah, so I think I got pretty close, which I'm pretty happy about. There was a different set too that was like purple swirls and silver flakes and feathers, and a feather in each. Those actually turned out really close too. Okay. About 5 minutes over. Hey, it was a good image. It worked out really well. But yeah, I think. Oh yeah, I sent you guys a photo in our text thread. Is there something? I'm still trying to remember. Was there something else I was going to show you guys? Oh, was there something with the? Oh, I got this one to show up. I'm trying to remember. I think that might be everything, guys. Unless someone else, unless anyone wants to ask any sort of questions or wants me to show off anything, because I'm happy to show things off. Oh, before I head out. Here's a die with a wasp in it. It never wants to focus on what I want it to focus on. There we go. Dice with a wasp in it. It's an actual wasp. Real bug hours, yep. I do want to do some more dice like this one. Because this one does have some issues because you can see kind of the pockmarked faces. Faces. I don't know. Come on. Faces are kind of pockmarked. But this is ground chili pepper and gold flakes. The wasp is going to say a roach. Oh triangle of the stream between Bosun, the roach, and the wasp. Alright. Well, I think, here, I'm gonna go over a couple things again. One, I stream every Wednesday and Saturday night at 7 p.m. PST. A lot of you guys have been here a few times and know that. I did put up this follower goal recently because a couple of you in the chat requested, that's the word, you wanted an emote of me making this face. And I can't do that until I reach the affiliate level, which means that I have to have 50 followers. So if you guys want weird emotes of my face, we'll have to get more followers first. So I thought I'd put that up there as a goal. But yeah, I hope to have some dice commissions back, some more listings for dice commissions back up in my shop sometime soon. I'm working on getting mushroom necklaces back up in my shop because those have been selling pretty quick. I think that's probably everything for tonight, though. Thanks for stopping by. It's been fun, and I hope to see you guys on Saturday as well. So have a good night. Have a good night, guys.